When a man falls deeply in love, he rarely says it outright. He doesn't always express it in grand gestures or dramatic words. Instead, his love shows itself in subtle, almost invisible ways, like the way he listens, the way he lingers, or how his presence becomes more constant. Society often tells men to be stoic, to guard their emotions, to stay composed. But love softens even the hardest edges. From a young age, many men are taught that vulnerability equals weakness, that emotions make them less masculine. And so when they fall in love, they don't always follow the script we expect. Their affection is quiet, their devotion is steady, and their love? It's written between the lines. This video explores what men actually do when they are deeply in love, not just what they say. It's a look beneath the surface, into the private behaviors that reveal a depth of feeling few ever get to see. Because when a man truly loves, it's not always obvious, but if you look closely, you'll see it everywhere. Part 1. The Art of Subtle Gestures. Men who are deeply in love often express it not through words, but through quiet gestures that carry meaning. He might glance at you more often than he realizes. His eyes may linger a second too long. He finds reasons to touch your hand, your shoulder, or gently brush past you. These aren't random. They're subconscious ways of saying, "I'm drawn to you." You may also notice how he positions himself, always near, always facing you. He remembers little things you mention in passing, a book you love, your favorite coffee, a moment you thought he didn't notice, but somehow he did. These acts reveal a deep emotional attunement, a kind of silent protectiveness. Physical proximity becomes a way of staying emotionally close, whether it's walking beside you on the street or making sure he sits next to you in a crowded room. His presence is deliberate. These gestures might seem minor, but they're powerful. They're rooted in his need to connect with you without overwhelming you. His love is cautious, respectful, and quietly persistent. Understanding this helps us move past the myth that men don't feel deeply. They do. They just show it differently. Their subtle gestures speak louder than words ever could, if we're paying attention. Part 2. Beyond words. Actions speak louder. When a man loves deeply, his choices reflect it. He starts to prioritize you in a way that reshapes his life. Time becomes his language. He makes space for you in his world, sometimes at the expense of his own comfort or routine. He shows up, not just physically, but emotionally. He remembers important dates, checks in when you're quiet, and steps in when you need support. He doesn't need a reason to help. Your happiness becomes part of his own. These actions are driven by something primal and psychological. Men are often wired to protect and provide. When they love, this instinct magnifies. He'll go out of his way to ease your burdens, not for reward, but because your peace matters to him. Love makes him thoughtful in ways you may not expect. He might not always say, "I love you," but he will quietly make sure your car is fixed, your schedule is lighter, or your day starts with your favorite coffee. These aren't just chores. They're his way of nurturing the relationship. True, love isn't about declarations. It's about investment. The man who builds a bridge to your world with small, consistent actions is often the one whose love runs deepest. Don't overlook the man who shows up. He's telling you everything without saying a word. Part 3. The Power of Vulnerability. The Unmasking of Emotions. Perhaps the most telling sign of a man in love is this: he lets you see him, the real him, the version that's unpolished, uncertain, and sometimes afraid. This kind of vulnerability doesn't come easily. For most men, it's a quiet rebellion against everything they've been taught. When he opens up to you about his fears, his failures, his doubts, it's not just small talk, It's trust. And trust in the male psyche is a powerful expression of love. He may hesitate at first. He may deflect with humor or go silent when emotions rise. But with time and safety, he reveals more. Not just who he is, but why he is the way he is. In love, men become students of themselves. They start examining old wounds, reflecting on patterns, and daring to believe they're worthy of something real. If he's sharing his past with you, his insecurities, his hopes, his dreams, he's not just being honest, he's letting you in. This level of emotional nakedness takes courage. It's not about being dramatic or intense. It's about being present, being real. In a world that often punishes men for feeling too much, loving openly is an act of bravery. So if a man lets you see his soul, know that it means something. It means you've reached a place no one else could. And it means he's giving you the most intimate part of himself, his truth. Part 4. Navigating the journey. Understanding and connection. Love isn't just about finding the right person. It's about learning how to love them. Understanding the way men express love requires us to listen beyond language, to feel beyond gestures. It demands presence, patience, and empathy. If you've seen any of these signs in someone in your life, take a moment to reflect. Are you seeing love not in the ways you expect, but in the ways he knows how to give? Many men aren't withholding. They're simply expressing differently. Their love may not sound poetic, but it's consistent. It may not be loud, but it's unwavering. It may not always be easy to see, but it's deeply felt. Connection begins where judgment ends. When we stop expecting people to love us in a certain way, we start noticing how beautifully they already do. And that changes everything. Love is a bridge, built not by words alone, but by the willingness to understand and to be understood, to meet someone where they are, and walk with them where they're going. So let this video be a reminder. The quiet love of a man is still love. Real, deep, transformative. Don't let it go unnoticed. If this resonated with you, share this with someone who might need to hear it. Love is often hidden in plain sight. Sometimes all we need is a reminder to look a little closer. If you believe in the power of understanding human behavior and deep emotional insight, support the Factsworth channel. Like the video, leave a comment with your own experience, and subscribe for more reflections on the human heart. Your support, whether a like, share, or a small gesture like a super thanks, helps us continue making content that matters. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay connected, and keep searching for the meaning beneath the surface.